something like that.
Nothing better than a Saturday night here in Knoxville watching some club lacrosse. We're back. You're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network. We have a fun one for you guys. It is the Tennessee Volunteers hosting New Hampshire, making their trip down to Knoxville. I'm here with a very special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Robbie, Bondi, Brisbane. My friends call me Bondi, but you can guys call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Am I right, Charlie?
I love it.
Yeah. It's going to be a great game. Personally, I've not played lacrosse, but I'm just excited to be here. So let's get it started and let's have fun.
I haven't played lacrosse either, but what I can tell you is I've watched this Tennessee lacrosse team, and they are rolling this season, coming off a tough loss to South Carolina. I heard there were some brutal conditions down in Columbia. They were able to take down Purdue and Tennessee Wesleyan just a couple weeks ago. They've got a tough one on their hands, though, this New Hampshire team. They can really swing it.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a fun game, especially with how high ranked the Tennessee lacrosse team is. So it'll be nice to see some fierce competition here today. Unfortunately, I didn't quite do my homework, so I don't know. Charlie, do you know what UNH is ranked at the moment?
I haven't seen, but what I can tell you is last week they took down the number 17 in the nation as just saw a really good save from Kyler Gornick, the sophomore goalie, in between the sticks for the Vols. Brought up by New Hampshire. They're going to look to get this offense set up early. Senior Matt Falvey in attack as they get that one working. They'll cut down inside. They've got the space. Making their move, it's Andy McDonald, and they get one on the board. Andy McDonald, a senior from Hempstead, New Hampshire.
Wow, that was tough to see from a Tennessee, and just slipped right past the goalie there. I don't think Tennessee was expecting that much pressure on their own zone, so hopefully Tennessee bounces back. Bit more defense moving forward.
So New Hampshire getting on the board early in this one. We'll get a face-off up in front. Max DeMala, the sophomore for Tennessee. And it's won by DeMala as he picks up that ground ball. He's going to make his way up the field. This Tennessee lacrosse team, very physical. We got a lot of guys down low who can really be brutal on the inside. Jake Cosgrove, number 5, very talented. Offensively, guys like Jake Schrull, Tommy Guys, a lefty. You see him down there. They'll make their way around. In goal for New Hampshire, number 26, Sean Toscano, the sophomore from Bedford, New Hampshire. A lot of New Hampshire natives on this New Hampshire team. Makes sense as they move the ball around. Nice move inside. Tommy Guys, he'll fire one. That one's a little far right. Had too much sauce on it. Still possessed by the Volunteers. Making his move inside. It's number 31 for Tennessee as he cuts. And it's saved. Good save there from Sean Toscano. And now the Cats, they'll come up and try their test at another goal in this game. They've got a 1-0 lead as we have 9 minutes left in the first. There's a shot. That one sails just right of Kyler Gornick. Fired by Drew Denton, the sophomore. We had some difficulties before the game. Word on the street is the shot clock ran out of batteries. It is working now, though. We were able to start after someone went to the local gas station to grab a pair of double A's. So here we have New Hampshire wrapping around, looking for it. Ryan Patson with it. Patson still holds it. He'll try to cut inside. Couldn't find anything. He'll toss it up to his left-hand side as they get down low. Number 19, Ben Chase. Chase, swim move. Now we got some talking and some extracurriculars. Some words were said, and now Tennessee coming in hot down the other side at blazing speed. It's number 91, Andrew Amigo. They'll lose it, and we'll get some substitutions here for the Volunteers. Out there now for Tennessee as well, number 17, Jesse Tobias. The trainer is all the way over on the other side of the field. They need her as
it seems, Charlie, there was some confusion before the game as I think some New Hampshire players over here were looking for a trainer as well. And now it seems that Tennessee is looking for as well. So trainer is in high demand here, no supply.
Absolutely. And, you know, you're going to need to have a trainer if somebody goes down, especially for taping. So we'll get a stoppage to the play. Now they're bringing her over. And, you know, Robbie, that's going to send New Hampshire down the other side. Brought up the field by number 41, Gunnar Jackson. Gets it over to number 22, Drew Denton. Now, Denton's been key for this offense early on, setting up that last goal. Now carried up by number 6, Matt Falvey. Falvey, he'll try to get inside, wraps around, nothing there. Gets it over to number 22, once again, Drew Denton. There's a shot saved by Kyler Gornick. Oh, a big hit in front. Looks like number 3, Liam Berry, took a hit right on the inside, and now it's going to be picked up. Oh, there's another shot. That was a big hit. Spencer Day, the junior for Tennessee, a defender. He absolutely took a shot, and not the fun guy. Not the kind of shots you're taking over at Press Pub downtown, Robbie. They're going to wrap this one around. Up to number 15. Andy McDonald. Now some nice offense here. There's a shot. It's saved by Kyler Gornick. Can't hold it. Now he does. So Drew Denton looking for the rebound opportunity, but right now Kyler Gornick, he is on his toes. Tommy Rudo, he'll fire this one up to Luke Harden, and now it's intercepted. Hampshire the other way with it. Henry Jalbert, he gives it up to number 5, Braden Bowman. They'll fire a shot. Oh, and they score! It was Ryan Patton, the junior. He received that one from Bowden. Cats up 2-0 on Rocky Top. Wow, Robbie, what a shot. Really didn't see that one coming there. I don't think Kyler Gornick did either, Robbie.
Yeah, just a preference, everyone who's watching right now. The score card still reflects 1-0, but I believe we're getting that fixed again because of the trainer issue. I think where the score team is being set up right now is being used for the trainer to help out a Tennessee player. So it is 2-0. As I understand it. So we should get that fixed soon.
I'm also getting an update that the roster I'm looking at is an old roster. Unfortunately, we were not provided any other material. So if you'd like to send us the correct roster, you can DM us at TCSN UTK. If you don't, you're going to get some wrong names. As there's a shot and Tennessee scores.
Really great passing from Tennessee as they kind of caught the offhand of the goalie there. and now we've got a goal. It was some really great passing, really great identifying defense of New Hampshire seemed to be caught off guard, and they just slipped it right, like I said, on the offhand of the goalie there. Really great play from Tennessee.
Great play. Do you see that back in Australia?
Not too often. Like I said, I'm more of a rugby fan myself.
Absolutely.
But something similar might happen. Catching that hole in the defense. So awesome play from Tennessee. Excited to still see how lacrosse is unfolding here tonight in Knoxville.
Well, Gavin Burke getting on the board. So the Volunteers, now they've got something going.
And there's
Robbie. You saw that. I wasn't.
Oh, I was looking back and forth between our screens there, and it seems to be kind of a replay of what we just saw. Again, Tennessee catching the defenders off guard, getting a hole in. Tennessee's cheering right now. Not quite sure. It seems New Hampshire's just called a timeout. But yeah, another hole in the defense for Tennessee to just slip by the goalie.
Yeah, and I believe that first goal, Gavin Burke getting the party started, followed by, I didn't catch the second one, Robbie. What I can tell you is it looked like deja vu. You saw two consecutive shots that looked very similar, and now you have this Tennessee lacrosse team with a bit more flair to them. You've got a little more energy. New Hampshire, they're going to call time out here to talk things over. And Gavin Burke, the goal scorer, getting it started here on Rocky Top.
Oh, mate, what a great shot right here we've got from our mobile camera. Getting right in there. Tennessee has a massive team. I want to say over 50 players. But, it's definitely a close, tight family. So, really great sportsmanship from the two teams so far. I know... from an observer point of view, at the beginning of the game, I know it was a bit chippy at the start. New Hampshire trying to stand up each team, but now we're seeing Tennessee kind of start to get their groove. It seemed to have been a slow start, but hopefully it seems now they're in it, right, Charlie?
Yeah, and you're starting to see a lot more communication just between the Volunteers. And let's see if we can get an updated roster. We're working on it. I'm not sure if we do have one, but we'll check here in a second. As things getting hot here on Rocky Top. Here come the Vols once again. It's number 9 with the next to Mala. He's faced off a couple times for Tennessee. They get over to 96 and try to cut inside.
Sorry for the copyrighted music.
Apologies. I'm not trying to take down the stream, but I was getting a little excited, huh?
Yeah. It's Friday night. We're here to have a good time, right?
Yeah.
Friday night lacrosse. What's there not to be excited about?
Absolutely. Stay tuned on the Tennessee Club Sports Network, a doubleheader on Sunday morning. It's the Tennessee baseball team taking on Florida State. Once again, that is club sports. I don't think they let a couple of Joes like us hop on the NCAA level, would you, Robbie?
No, mate, but I do know baseball. I know baseball a little better than lacrosse. But, I don't think SEC is ready for someone like you and I, Charlie.
Absolutely. Tommy, guys, he was calling for...
Oh, my goodness, what a goal there. Once again, I don't know where... Oh, we got a flag on the play here, so maybe getting called back, but... A great goal. I honestly don't know where the New Hampshire goalie was even looking.
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was expecting a shot from that far away. And it was a pretty impressive shot from the angle that we got on there. So really impressive shot making once again from Tennessee. Now to take the lead. Again, we did have a flag on the play. So not sure what's going on here.
We'll take a look at that. And again, Robbie, I'm not really sure what happened, but they'll accredit Tennessee the goal. So they get up on the board here. Now the first lead of the game for the Vols. New Hampshire cuts inside. As they look, and it's scooped up once again by New Hampshire.
Talk to Connor. Y'all figure it out.
And there's another shot. Good body save. And it's picked up again by New Hampshire. The Cats, they're looking for one. There's a shot. They shoot. They score. The Cats tie it up here.
This is turning into a crazy game, especially for my first lacrosse game ever. So this is wild. How in the world is this so close? I mean, we are dwindling down to the further depths of the first period here, but hopefully this pace keeps up from both teams. 3-3 tied at near the end of the first. This is shaping up to be a pretty amazing game, and hopefully this is the game of the year right here. I hope for my first game, I'm calling the game of the year. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and it might be a thriller. We'll see once again.
It'll be a thriller as long as you and I are talking here, Charlie.
Absolutely. As we'll get some substitutions. A lot of stoppages here early on in this game. We have someone's injured.
We got a bit of a fiery coach down here on the Tennessee end. I don't know exactly what he is saying, but I can tell that he's always yelling about something. So not sure what's going on, but he's pretty upset all the time about something.
We'll make sure we see what's going on. As there's another pass up front. The Cats working it up and around. Shot clock winding down. Good save by Tyler Gornick. Gornick makes the save. We got a penalty coming up. And we'll see what this one's all about. Max DeMolo arguing he wasn't releasing the ball, but he's going to be accredited that penalty. That one's going to be on Tennessee.
We were.
So illegal body check, and it's actually going to be on New Hampshire here. So we got a penalty, and now, thanks to Tyler Gamble, shout out for emailing us the correct roster. It always helps to call the players by their right name. So right now we just on them the Cats. We'll get that up here in a second for you guys. But that's number 9, Quinn Silvio, a junior. He's a midi. He'll be serving that penalty for New Hampshire. So now, here are the Vols making their way around the back of the net as they'll try to put one in before the end of this first quarter. Up top, here's a shot, rifled, body save. Jake Schroll was looking for one, and now fighting for it up on the middle line. It's going to be in possession of New Hampshire. So here's number 22, Drew Denton. Denton, he'll cut down. Running onto the field, Spencer Day. On the opposite side, it's Drew Denton being guarded by Luke Harden. Denton, back up top to number 5, Braden Bowman. Bowman, he'll hit Keegan Myers. Myers with it. He'll send it over to Ben Hickey. Ben Hickey, well defended. Saw David Hoffman get a stick in there and knock that one away. And there's a big shot on the sideline. Players go flying. The New Hampshire bench is loving it. Oh, Robbie. He hit him so hard. He might be down under.
New Hampshire bench over here is starting to get a little riled up. Ref's telling him to back off. Little too far on the pitch. But hopefully, yeah, that was a nasty hit. I think I see some of the turf stuck up here on the pitch.
Yeah, and you know, again, both players went flying off to the side. New Hampshire still possessing that ball as they'll try to get inside. Again, just such good defense. And there's a steal right there. Some pushing and shoving. We'll definitely get a stop here. That was Jesse Tobias. Very aggressive on defense. And now the Vols coming the other way. There's a shot from very far out. It's saved. Back there in goal, number 26. And now Tennessee defending once again. And we have an injury over here on Tennessee's side. And
yeah, Charlie, I'm not going to lie. That looked nasty. And I'm Australian.
Yeah. You see a lot of nasty things down there, I bet.
Yeah, that looked like his arm was no longer connected to the rest of his body.
Oof. Yeah, that's never good.
Yeah, so hopefully he gets that worked out. Seems like he's being carted off here. Really great show of sportsmanship from the New Hampshire side.
Yeah. That's Luke Harden being carted off the field, but he's okay. He's up and moving around. He hurt his arm there, but now New Hampshire still putting in the work. Cutting inside. There's a shot. Saved by Gornick.
Really great defense from the defenseman there to really set the goalie up nice over that.
Here's Tommy Rudo. He'll cut it inside. They'll look for one. Here's a shot. Off the post. Now
my goodness.
Chasing it down. Oh, things are really getting excited here. We are treated to an amazing game right here, Robbie Bondi.
I did not realize this was going to be so much fun.
Oh, here's Tommy Guys at the buzzer. Can't get it saved.
Oh, my goodness. The setup. Are they going to give it to him? They will. Oh, my goodness. Set up from the goalie. Yeah, Tommy Guys tries to get past him there. Goalie tries to get a hold of it. Can't quite. Goes flying up in the air, and Tennessee takes the opportunity to just get right by the goalie. What an assist from Tommy Guys, and unfortunately the New Hampshire goaltender just slipped it right by him.
Ooh.
That is taking the opportunity when you seize it. Seizing the day right there from Tennessee.
You know who's seizing the day, Robbie? It's Kevin Burke. That's his second goal of the game.
Wow. Unbelievable. My new favorite lacrosse player.
Wow. Don't go anywhere. At the end of this first quarter, we'll be throwing it to the sideline with our very own Kenzie Ortman at the end of the quarter, which will be here in a second. But let's really quick. What a period. Robbie Bondi. We saw a lot of action from both sides. A last-minute goal to put Tennessee up 4-3 in this game. So we're going to go ahead and throw it down on the sideline. Kenzie Ortman, what do you got for us?
Charlie and Robbie, it has been crazy down in here. It has been a seesaw effect of attack back and forth for the Vols and the Wildcats. Flags flown left and right, screaming from down the sideline here, but that last Ferguson shot from Burke was the energy that the Vols needed. It is absolutely insane over here, and we did have some few injuries. Harmon got carted off earlier, which seemed to be okay, and then Captain Grusho was getting his shoulder, arm, wrist checked out. We're unsure of the severity of that injury, but we'll keep you guys updated. It's been fun already. Back to you guys.
I mean, talk about fun. Friday night lacrosse. It's essentially Friday night lights. But thank you so much, Kenzie. And now again, Robbie, it's a close one. New Hampshire, they started off very hot, but then you saw that kind of balance back in favor of the Vols. So momentum, I'd say both teams have it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Tennessee had a sort of late start. New Hampshire got on the board early, but now it seems that they're both really in it. I can't tell who really has the momentum here. It seems like both teams are really dialed in. Again, I'm not quite sure. I know that Tennessee is really good. I'm not quite sure how New Hampshire is feeling right now coming into what they hope to be as an upset. What we hope to be is an absolute dominating game, which we're getting a thriller right now, and I hope it stays that way.
Folks, do not go anywhere. We'll be back here shortly.
Nobody's running the scoreboard.
And we're back here in Knoxville. Thank you for joining us. If you're just tuning in, Tennessee Lacrosse up 4-3 on New Hampshire. Charlie Sarafian joined alongside Robbie Bondi as we have a thriller here in Knoxville. Here's Tennessee looking to just get things going into this second quarter. And again, that last-minute goal for the Vols, giving them the lead once again. We've seen both teams bounce back and forth as that toggle on the scoreboard has been moving a lot in this one. Over to number 22, Jackson Zimmer gets up to Tommy Guys. Tommy Guys, the president for this team. He's going to make his move. Inside, still looking, doggling back and forth. Doesn't find anything, doesn't like what he sees, so they'll just send it around. One thing with Tennessee is the ball movement is incredible. Here they go. They're looking for another one. Inside, wrapping around. There's a shot. It's saved originally. Ball's still on the floor, up for grabs. Still fighting for it. And now it's picked up. Good ground ball there from number 13, Henry Jalbert, junior defenseman. Vols get it back. Here's Tommy Guys. They'll send it up to Jackson Zimmer. Zimmer. On that right side to Gavin Burke. Burke, well defended again. Number 27, Dylan Soden was on him like white on rice. And there's a shot. That one's going to be defended. Good save again. That ball's bobbled by number 14 for New Hampshire. Evan Schmidt will send it up the field. Carrying it is number 12, Matt McCledy. And it looks like we had an offsides call, so Tennessee will regain possession here. Gavin Burke, he's coming down and chase down that ball. And they'll wrap around again. Tommy Guys leading the offense here for Tennessee. Inside as they'll reset here. Over Zimmer. Zimmer. He'll try his luck at it. Doesn't like it. And they'll keep this ball wrapping around. Penalty coming up. It's going to be on New Hampshire. Here's Tommy Guys. Guys, he'll fire one. Oh, a little too high there.
We do have a flag on the play. Not quite sure, again, what's going on. 1-9, hold 30. I got hold. I understand what that means. So we've got a holding call. Again, ref was moving his hands around a bunch, like he was dancing. So, you know, maybe we start dancing too, Charlie.
I wouldn't mind. I know I'm going to be dancing later here on Rocky Top.
You know, if the refs can do it while the game is going on, why can't we?
Why not? Is now still looking for inside. They get a beautiful look. Hello.
Once again, a flag on the play.
So,
but we are going to get a goal from Tennessee. They are going to go 5-3 here early in the second.
So that was Jack Scott with the goal. He was lurking around in the middle, and he snuck one in there. It's going to be a push on, looks like number 27, Dylan Soden. And now we're going to face off in center field.
Charlie, can I say, this is probably my favorite part of lacrosse here. Just two guys right at the ball here. Yep, and they're going at it. And then we've got the two middlemen, I think is what they're called. At least that's what I'm going to call them. The two middlemen right here running at the ball to support their fellow mate trying to get the ball here in the face-off. But Tennessee's got possession right now. Let's see what they do with it.
So the Vols wrapping around here. They're looking for it inside. Well defended by New Hampshire. And it's scooped up. And now taken away by the Cats. Ben Hogan with the ball. He's going to send it up to number 5. Pass was intended for Braden Bowman. He's going to lose it. So Tennessee's going to retain possession here. Here come the Vols. As they'll look to get things going. And one thing about Tennessee is, again, the ball movement. So vital for them. That is how they create those shots with guys like Tommy Guys up front. Jake Shore as well. Some of the offensive leaders on this team.
You know, Charlie, we've talked a lot about tonight, kind of how many players Tennessee has. There's got to be over 50 over here, I'm seeing, while shouting out about what's going on. But it really is a credit to how big their depth is. And I think that's a reason why they're so highly ranked in their league with lacrosse.
Yeah, and it's so important to have such a large roster, not only just out that depth, but for the energy, for the culture. Guys who aren't playing, they're hyped up on the sideline, cheering on their guys. They love it. Tennessee now having to defend. You see that senior Jay Crosgrove back there for the Vols. He is a brick wall. Can really disrupt an offense. Ball in the air. It's going to be taken by Gornick. We'll scoop it up here. And now Cosgrove. Cosgrove with the ball. He'll carry this one up himself. He finds on the opposite side of the field his man. And here they go. Still working over there on the opposite side of the field. 9:30 to go here in the second quarter. Volunteers up 5-3. They're looking to make it 6. Inside, wasn't there. We'll send it back over. Heavily defended. Tyler Bland.
Yeah, it seems that shot there by Tyler just kind of went off the offside of the net there. Really great effort to try and weasel his way through those New Hampshire defenders. But Tennessee up with it now behind the goal.
They're looking, and they get one, and it is in.
Oh, my goodness. I think that was off the back of the goalie.
You know, Robbie, that might have. I think it was a mistake for the Cats.
It looks like the Cat goaltender is holding his back right there after the assist.
Oof.
That's 2 assists, unfortunately, for New Hampshire here tonight of the goaltender.
Big mistake there from New Hampshire, and you cannot afford mistakes like that, especially in these close games.
6-3 with 8:53 left to go. Here we go with face-off.
And we'll get possession in favor of the Vols. Tommy Guys will call for it. And they'll get this one going here. And here they come. Setting it over. They get it back up. Number 22 for Tennessee. Jackson Zimmer. Back to Zimmer. Zimmer will cut inside. Guys, shot, scores! Excuse me, that was number 51 for Tennessee. Gavin Burke, and that's his 3rd goal of the game.
Unfortunately, I think New Hampshire is starting to, slow down a bit here, which is not what you want to do. There's plenty of game to be left, plenty of game to be played. So hopefully here in the near future, we can get back to that thriller we were having in the first period, and it'll start to spice up a little bit.
Spice up is right. Indeed, Gavin Burke definitely spicing up. He's got 3 on the game, and he has found his footing here in Tennessee. So the Vols will play around with this one on their own side. So they look to get the offense set up. They've got a comfortable lead at this point, Robbie. I'd say 7-3. Now you just want to make sure that offense is clicking rather than, being desperate for those goals.
Yeah, we're still very early in the game. 2 periods left to be played, and most of the second here. So hopefully, Tennessee doesn't slow down. They're keeping up the pace they have right now, and we'll get an even better game.
Again, there's that smooth offense. Guys, pump fakes, looks, shots, again too high. Tommy Guys, usually an accurate guy. He's been trying to sneak it in there a couple times so far. So now here comes Tennessee again. And they'll be looking for one. Cutting through. Jump pass. They look for it, and it's going to be another save from New Hampshire. The Vols still possess the ball. Burke trying to wrap around, and that ball is going to go way out of play. And again, it was Gavin Burke still sniffing that goal. Oh, he's been all over them today. So Tennessee still with the ball up top. Looking inside. Shot, and they score again. What a look there for the Vols. Now, Robbie Bondi, again, you've been seeing Tennessee dominate right in front of the goal. They're attacking that middle. What do you think New Hampshire has to do to maybe limit the amount of shots?
I think what they were doing great at the start of the first there, when they were really on a hot streak, they were catching kind of Tennessee off guard. I don't think Tennessee expected them to have such an explosive start. So hopefully they can find that kind of vigor that they had in the first and maybe bounce back here. That way we can go back to the thriller of the game we had before. I was really enjoying it when it was really close. Now, of course, I'm here to support Tennessee, but I quite liked when it was really close.
I agree with you, Robbie, in the sense because it seemed like a very evenly matched game, and now I don't think that is to discredit the skill that New Hampshire has, because I do think these are 2 very evenly matched games.
Absolutely.
I just think Tennessee's exposing the defense down low, and New Hampshire, it's those self-inflicted plays.
And kind of what I was talking about earlier with the depth that Tennessee has, we may start to see that kind of come through later as some of the players get a little more tired as we go through the game. So, New Hampshire's constantly out there. They do have a decent sized team themselves, but if you look at them side by side, you definitely see that team size is in favour of Tennessee. So hopefully New Hampshire can kind of get locked in so I can have me a fun game here.
So now we have New Hampshire on the attacking side of things. It's been rare in this second quarter, but they're going to look to get the ball rolling here. They got to do so. They're down 8-3. We saw Braden Bowman down there controlling that ball. That's going to go to Liam Barry. Barry holding it. Sean Toscano entering the game. He's going to get in hold of that one, and now it's going to go to number 15, Luke Antonetti. Now they'll get all the way back to Barry. Barry He'll look inside. It's not there, so he's going to have to go back up to number 20. That's Owen Williams. Up over to Sean Toscano. Toscano, he'll get it down low. That's Denton with it. Denton will try to look for any sort of opening. It's being cluttered by Tennessee, not letting anything in front of Tyler Gornick. They're still looking. Shot clock winding down. Braden Bowman looking. Try to sneak inside. Jake Cosgrove. He is not allowing him in his house. Jake, he is a machine. They get it up top, though, to Dave Pasella. Pasella, he can't find it. Excuse me, Barry. They'll look to get one inside. They score. It was Denton cleaning up.
Right there, there's nothing I can really say other than great shot making from New Hampshire right there to really get it past on that right side of the goalie. Again, I'm not sure if the goalie was expecting a shot. He looked like he was. He was in position there, but it seems like some great shot making from New Hampshire. Hopefully, maybe bounce back into this. We can get a good game going back in it. But again, Tennessee fans, don't worry. Still 8-4.
Up 8-4 in this one. But, you know, you saw Denton kind of sneak in there, and we were looking for New Hampshire to kind of create some sort of offense because they've lacked so far in this game. But now Tennessee, on the other hand, looking to mimic what New Hampshire just did, and they're just going to get the offense rolling like they've been doing all game, get some new guys up in there, and we'll see if they can make some banana pancakes here and continue the onslaught. Getting it up to Patrick Keenan. Keenan down low. It's going to be number 50, Cole William. We have an updated roster here, so if names, numbers switch around to what I've been saying, these should be the accurate ones. It's Patrick Keenan now. Patrick Keenan, he'll look inside, gets it down below. They'll still look for anything. Trying to sneak on the inside. It's Connor Savage. And now looking to blow by. Trevor Kelly. Couldn't find anything over on that right side. There's a shot. That one's saved. Kelly. He found Abraham Rashton, but they cannot make anything happen. Another brilliant save for New Hampshire. So definitely going into that second half, Robbie, we're going to expect New Hampshire to talk things over and see how they can communicate. As
absolutely mean hit from New Hampshire there. It was like New Hampshire was coming at him. He's like, I'm not stopping. Tennessee was like, well, I'm not stopping either. And man, what a clash right there. That was awesome.
Oh my goodness. You know, he definitely took a big hit here. He's going to be feeling that one tomorrow. Kind of like how I'm going to be feeling the drinks tomorrow after tonight. And I'm talking apple juice, Robbie. Don't worry.
You know, me and Charlie were talking about this beforehand, but I haven't had anything to eat all day. And somebody faintly whispered in my ear, Chili's, and I got very excited. So I am excited for the post-game Chili's tonight. I've never had it before. An American staple, I hear.
It definitely is. You know, as Cosgrove picks up that ground ball, Chili's Outback Steakhouse. You're familiar with that one?
Yeah, you know, it's not really. It's a little offensive, Charlie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, it's like that's not really how we do things. You know, one of my least favorite American sayings is shrimp on the barbie. First of all, they're not shrimp. We call them prawns.
Okay.
And you don't barbecue shrimp. Throw them in a pot, boil them.
I figured.
Yeah, we don't put prawns on the barbie. I just wanted to get that clear. That's my little spiel for tonight.
Understood. Tennessee looking to continue their spiel. They'll look to get one. That one's going to be a pass. I thought it was a shot originally, looking for that middle. Running the offense. There's a nice look inside, and that one's going to go on the side of the goal. And no, it's going to be a goal.
Yeah. Bounced in again off the stick. It looked like it was going to be a good save from the goaltender there, but I think it just got caught under the net of the goaltender stick. I don't know what they call them here in lacrosse, but under the net of the stick, just bounced off inside. You said no goal, and so I thought maybe it had gone on the outside, but no, right inside there. Another goal for Tennessee, 9-4.
Robbie, and again, I didn't see it, but I guess it did bounce inside like you said.
Yeah.
And again, that offense was well run through the backside. They were looking for the middle, executed it perfectly. Now look to do it again. Time running down, a minute 20. Tennessee still a 9-4 lead, so they have the cushion.
Oh, Tennessee frustrated about a no call there. Maybe potential cross check. I'm trying to learn, maybe. But anyway, New Hampshire, sorry, with the ball here. One thing I've noticed is a bit of a size difference from the goaltenders here on both sides. It seems like Tennessee has a bit of a stockier, bit of a bigger build on that goaltender. That's no offense to that gentleman in the goal there, but New Hampshire seems to be a bit slimmer, a bit more cut, and maybe that's where Tennessee's finding those open goals is right by due to size. That's just an observation.
It's an observation. I think it's the right observation you have to make here, Robbie. Sometimes, again, you're born with talent. Sometimes you're born with size, and that can really help you back there in the goal. So we'll get a timeout here. Both teams to talk things over. Tennessee still with the lead, 9-4. Very good at circulating that ball around the net, Robbie. Very good.
Absolutely. Really, really, really great seeing Tennessee, find those open shots. They're not afraid to tack on. I wish we had like a shot meter of some sort. See how many shots Tennessee's put on that New Hampshire goalie over there, because I'm sure it would be very high. And you can't win the lottery if you don't play. So they take a shot, seeing if it goes in, and they've got 9 on the board now.
New Hampshire will have the ball here in Tennessee's zone.
45 seconds here before halftime. New Hampshire, looking to get one final push, maybe bring that gap down to 4, sorry.
So there's a nice shot. That one's just going to be out of play. Braden Bowman was looking for it. 30 seconds. Denton controls. Denton, well defended. He'll look to try to get inside. There's a quick shot. Just off to the left.
Yeah, they had a split second there. It looked like the goalie was just right outside, but great defense from Tennessee to keep the attackman or the frontman of New Hampshire off the ball.
And they'll still look for it. There's a wild one. Beautiful save by Gornick. And now Tennessee will pick it up with 5 seconds left. Gornick will fire this one down the field. Looks like he's going to try to score himself. Jumping, diving.
Bit of a goalie goal, maybe?
I thought so. You see some sportsmanship over there on the sideline. A goalie goal would be insane. I don't know if it's ever happened before, but I saw Jake Schroll jumping up for that one. Well, what a second quarter there for Tennessee especially. And, we saw New Hampshire get one back in there. It seemed like the offense was circulating a little more. But, again, still Tennessee dominating.
We had originally talked about, we were a little delayed because the shot clock's batteries were gone out. We had a couple of the young rookies on Tennessee run to the gas station across the street and got some batteries, but it seems like we may be having some more technical difficulties with the shot clock. It's Tommy Geis, president and leader of this Tennessee lacrosse team.
And, it's something they don't always prepare you for, but We are prepared for another sideline hit from Kenzie Ortman. Kenzie, what do you got for us down there?
Charlie and Robbie, it has been an action-packed quarter here. You saw those 3 goals put in by Gavin Burke, making that net his best friend tonight already. The intensity has been high. The offense has been really well, very structured, and the communication has been key, Charlie. On this sideline, the men are shouting at the top of their lungs, cheering on their teammates, calling plays, making sure they're all hype. It's one big happy family over here because it is 9-4 and the Vols are leading, guys.
Thank you, Kenzie, and I think it is all one happy family, just especially how this Tennessee team is playing, really moving the ball around. Robbie, what a quarter. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back here shortly for the third.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Back here. No, we are back, yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Ready to go.
I'm a little out of breath. We're just running across the entire pitch trying to stay warmed up. I'm feeling pretty warmed up, I would say. On you, Charlie?
Robbie, I am pretty warmed up, and you know who's also warmed up is this Tennessee Lacrosse team. They're up 9-4 here in the second half of this matchup between New Hampshire. Two evenly matched teams, very talented across the board. It's just been the Vols with the edge, and they are attacking once again in New Hampshire's zone. Here they go. Thanks for joining us once again. You're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network. Tommy Guys with the ball. They'll send it over to number 22. It's going to be Ryan Salazar. He's going to look. Still with it. Tries to look for his angle. It's not there. They'll get it back behind the net to number 86. Still wrapping around. They'll try to fire one in there. That one's going to go into the fans. Almost hits a father. I don't know if it was a father, but almost hit him. That ball's going to go all the way into the parking lot. So Tennessee will control. Still looking for it. They get it over. And now this one's going to roll back into their own zone. So now New Hampshire will control with it. Ben Hickey. Back and forth over to Quinn Silvio. Silvio back to Ben Hickey. Hickey jumps in, doesn't like what he sees. He'll send it to number 40, Keegan Myers. Myers down low. Bowman back to Myers. Myers will look to get inside. Myers will fire a shot. It's going to be saved by Gornick. Routine save for Kyle. And now they'll come back at it the other way. Kyler Gornick, the goalie for Tennessee. But it's brought up now by the Vols coming the other way. They'll look to get on the inside. It's number 96 with it. Brooks Weeman. Weeman on the opposite side over to number 31 for Tennessee, Logan Aiello. Look to Gavin Burke. Gavin Burke
has done a really great job of setting up a nice attack. Except right there, it seems like some slipped passes. Now New Hampshire, of course, has possession.
They chase this one down. New Hampshire just bringing this one all the way back. They'll look to get organized here. Brody Chipman now on the field with it. Brody, very fast guy out there for the Cats. It's been a clean game so far. Mutual respect for both of these teams. A lot of talent across the board. Liam Berry over to Sean Toscano. Back to Berry now. Berry, jump step. Inside. Doesn't like it. He finds Bowman back behind the net, and they'll send it all the way back up top to Luke Antonetti. Antonetti tries to make his move. Still with it. Jump steps. Now off to the side. Number 7, Luke Keller. Luke Keller over to Bowman. Braden Bowman being defended by Luke Harden. Back in the game. Here's Bowman. Bowman still looking for it. Nothing there. It's smothering defense for Tennessee. Owen Williams, he'll try to take a shot. This one's going to go out of play. It's going to be controlled by the Vols. New Hampshire not happy with that one. Things starting to fall apart for the Cats here in the second half. And now this one will be played up. And that's a scoop pass. And it's grabbed by Jake Schroll. So Jake Schroll controlling for Tennessee on that right-hand side across the field. He'll wait for his offense to get set here before they start to run the play and set things up. Coach Jake for the Vols. He really instates in his team that, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, Robbie.
Absolutely. You know, we're about 4 minutes and some change into this first period. And, third period, sorry. Just halftime threw me off. But, about 4 minutes into the third period, haven't seen much action until just right there. Oh my word. Right there, Tennessee gets first on the board in the third. It's now 10-4.
Well, hold on to your prawns, Robbie. Patrick Keenan, he's getting into the action there. He finds one and just puts that thing in the back of the net. 6-goal lead for the Vols.
Absolutely. Once again, kind of what we saw earlier from the New Hampshire goal. Just some great shot making from Tennessee to slip right past the New Hampshire goaltender right there. It also seemed like some great defense, as it seemed like a screen might have been set up, so that goaltender couldn't quite see what was going on.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it coming. New Hampshire definitely didn't. And now it's scooped back. Vols, look at the offense going again.
That could be like 25-second runoff.
So, get a little runoff here on the clock, just to talk things over. Refs talking to Tommy guys, looking to see what's going on here on the sideline. There's Tommy guys himself talking things over with the ref. Brought to you by our mobile cam.
The one and only Connor Whitney on the mobile cam. Great, Jen.
Great shots down there on the field. There we go. We'll get going now. There's a shot. That one's saved. Number 91 for Tennessee. Trevor Kelly. And now, picked up, dangerous pass down low. Stolen though by Tennessee. Ooh, that one's definitely gotta hurt. You get a shaft to the arm like that. That never feels good. And now, it's the Vols attacking. They look a little exhausted here in this third. Logan Aiello with it to Tommy Guys. Guys, patient with it. So they'll hit Burke. And Burke will send it over to Jake Schroll. Schroll with it. Trying to make his move inside. Still trying to find the opening here.
A little bit of a bounce shot goes out wide. Tommy Guys there, just really selfless player. Really great leader on this team. You know, he's a middleman as far as I can tell. So he's playing the front, playing the back, defense and offense. Yeah, like I said, really great. Oh my word.
Oof.
And right there in the middle of all that, we got a goal.
Wow, Brooks Weeman.
11-4, 8:51 in the third.
Excuse my French. Brooks, he just got up in there and he took a hit as he let that ball go, but it found nylon back there.
Yeah, really great shot again. I mean, I didn't even see what was going on just because the angle we have here. Must have slipped past the goaltender once again. 11-4.
What a find there. And we'll get a face-off. It's won by Tennessee. Jake Schroll, what a catch! One-handed with the left hand, and now We'll get some pushing and shoving with Schroll, number 12, Matt McSetty. Now flags all across the field. New Hampshire verbally upset here.
Yeah,
they do not like that call. Ooh. Oh, they did not like that.
I can't tell from what their reactions are who's going to be happy here, but of course the ref's going to come down, give us the skinny so we can see what's up, let you guys know what's going on.
We'll see what they call. They're not mic'd up,
unfortunately, so we'll just commentate what's going on. So, it seems they're actually going to Chili's afterwards too.
Oh, that might be it. It's going to be a cross-checking. So it's going to be
White, number 1.
Jake Schroll being called off the field, and then number unknown.
Okay, I see. So number 1 here on Tennessee is being put in the sin bin for right now, just because they don't know who committed the cross-check. Refs were too busy thinking about the post-Chili's party with us. They put 1 in the box because they don't know who did it. So 1 being the highest number on whatever list they have. He unfortunately now has to take a knee here for about 2 minutes, I'm assuming.
Jake Schroll, he'll be the one taking that knee. He's not proposing, he's just serving a penalty. There's a wild one. Oof. Hello, Liam Barry. He's got some heat on that one. So here's New Hampshire again. Nice spin move. Oh, can't keep the footing. It's a wild flick up in front. Intercepted, though.
What an interception.
Ooh. He is being hassled right now. And now that one might be picked up. There we go. So they collect themselves. The card in. We'll scoop it up.
You know, just a little note for everyone out there. I brought my hammock here. Just, you know, I'm Australian, so I like to chill out. It seems Kenzie, our sideline reporter, is taking a nice swim in the hammock right now. So hopefully we'll get to cut to her later, chilling in my hammock.
Always nice to have a hammock on standby, especially during a club lacrosse broadcast. Here's Gavin Burke with it. Burke, shot. Ooh, off the post. Close, but no cigar. Do they have that phrase down under? Here's the matchup. Looking for the opening. 96. Shot saved. That was Brooks Lehman. Freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. He's had his fair share tonight. He put himself on the stat sheet for scoring on that last goal. It was a well-contested one. Tennessee up in this one, 11-4. 7-goal lead. There's another look. Drew Denson couldn't find it. Back-to-back saves.
Some really great goaltending right there. Just off the shoulder pad. I hope he's got pads on. I would assume he would. Otherwise, my shoulder would be out of commission if I took a hit like that.
That was Dornick with back-to-back saves. Ref. I don't know what he just said.
He was counting, maybe on his fingers. Hasn't practiced counting in a while.
I think he was just
maybe doing his ABCs
again.
soon.
Sometimes you just got to make sure it's still in the old wickets and you can remember them.
Absolutely.
Well, Vols looking for another. Ooh, pass is way off. That ball is going to go. Almost hit our cameraman over there. I think he's okay. So, a run in the offense here. Get some fresh legs out there for Tennessee, but bringing this ball up, it's going to be New Hampshire. Again, they got to get something going soon. Down a couple of goals halfway through this third quarter. And now it's taken up by the goalie. He is just going to loft that one up in the air. And now, just some attack.
Bit of a tosser back and forth. No one can quite keep possession. New Hampshire seems to get a hold of it now.
They're trying to figure themselves out. And again, this third quarter, we still see the facilitation of Tennessee and what they can do on the offensive side of things. In New Hampshire, they could do the same, but it's just been brilliant goaltending from Kyler Gornick. Drew Denton, spin move. Can't find anything into the middle. They are forced to take those perimeter shots. And it's like reading a comic book for Kyler Gornick. Not hard at all. Picked up now. New Hampshire, the Cats, desperately fighting the rigorous defense of Tennessee. There's Denton, can't hold on to it. And they come out of the bunch. What an escape, a sweet escape, if you will, for the Vols. Weeman tried to get to Schroll and lost it. And we will not get a delayed penalty here. Schroll, they're going to call it.
Yeah, unfortunate motion there. Looked like Tennessee maybe was going to set something up, but pass slipped right by him.
I think it just got by him by the hair of his chin.
Absolutely.
Here's number 22, Ryan Salazar. Ryan Salazar being defended by Dylan Soden. Salazar inside, shot. That one, again, will not make contact with the goal. Here they come again. Weeman. Cutting through. Tommy Guys with it. Shot. Tommy Guys is his name. He gets a goal. It's a scoring party here on Rocky Top.
And I think maybe, just maybe, we're getting replay here on it. Let's look back at what happened here. Yeah, the defender comes across right here. Just a nice shot down up to the top corner there. Beautiful play by Tennessee.
They're really figuring themselves out here. And again, a beautiful shot from Tommy Guys. Let's get things going. They've already been going, but 12-4. This is starting to look like the game against Purdue a couple weeks ago. We thought Purdue would be very talented. You know,
it's funny how quickly things change. We were coming into this game thinking we were getting a barn burner, and ended up kind of slowing down here, 12-4.
So we'll see if New Hampshire can try to come back a little bit.
Okay, I will say, for those listening, we are taking a look at the comments, so I'm going to try my best here. I know it's kind of hard. Let's go, Andrew Eddington. I apologise if I said it wrong, but that's who we've got here on 92, so let's go 92.
And there's another wild shot. Weeman trying to find it, but as you were saying, Robbie, sorry to interrupt you.
No, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Let's go 92. I'm hoping,
We hope it's Andrew Abington.
Yeah, I know. We've had a little bit of roster trouble here in Knoxville, but maybe, I hope, somebody can confirm in the comments for me. I've said it right.
And nice setup. They couldn't finish, but that ball is still for grabs. There's a between the legs shot.
Right there, just a wrap around.
Right between the old wickets in the 5-hole.
Absolutely. Number 96 that was. Brooks Wayman.
He snuck it just under the shaft, and I'm not talking about a stick, Robbie.
Absolutely.
What a look. It's going to put it to a 13-4 lacrosse game, I believe.
Absolutely.
If they update the score.
Yeah, I think scorekeepers here in Knoxville just snoozing around. They also want to go to Chili's afterwards.
I think everyone's in Chili's after this one, Robbie.
I'll take as many people as they want.
We'll see if we have room. Foot not off the gas pedal yet. Is the Vols. 13 goals on this Friday night. Temperatures approaching the 50s. Sweater weather, if you will. We were worried it was going to get rained out, but clear skies tonight, so it should be a fun one.
Yeah, and then we, of course, were worried about the wind, and no worries there.
I don't think Jake Stroll's worried one bit. He keeps rifling shots in there. He faced the penalty at one point. So New Hampshire, the Cats. They'll bring it up. And again, putting the pedal to the metal here. You know, if you're New Hampshire, you got to put a goal on the back of the net at some point. Things are not looking good. The comeback's got to start now. They're going to need a couple. They haven't scored since the second. So they've been left a bit dry. Kind of like me on Valentine's Day, Robbie.
Tough subjects.
No, it's a sore subject. Not a sore subject for Tennessee. They've been banging in shots all night. This one's down low, and that one's going to go just out of play.
You know, Charlie, if you don't mind, I'm going to hop on a soapbox here for a second again. Can we take a second to admire Tennessee goaltenders' pants? I'm loving the orange pants here from Tennessee.
You know, they look comfortable.
Absolutely.
A lot of movement. Shows a lot of ventilation there as well.
Love to get some of those. Oh!
Talk about ventilation there.
Maybe Tennessee was too busy looking at the pants as well as us. Oh, but we do have a flag on the play.
They do have one.
We're going to replay on that.
Break that down for me, Robbie.
So let's see. Oh my gosh, what a slingshot. Just back here. Absolutely to the top deck. We'll follow it again right here. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Oh my goodness. There was a hair off the post. I can't believe it went in.
I think so. I can't believe it either. I was left here speechless.
So we still got a flag on the play. Ref's still talking. We'll see what's going on here.
So I think it was the talking.
Yeah,
bit of a trash talk.
Score is still reflecting 13-5, so looks like they're going to credit New Hampshire with the goal. Again, still haven't heard anything from the ref. I'm going to try and listen in here.
And again, if what you will, Robbie, I saw a New Hampshire player talking smack to a Tennessee player, and the Tennessee player went on to point at the scoreboard to let him know that they're still down 13-5.
So we do see a Tennessee player taking a knee over here. So as far as I know, that means that Tennessee got the penalty.
It was Gavin Burke who got the goal. A bit of a yard sale there.
Tennessee up in arms over here. Excited. Nervous. Can't tell.
Yeah. They don't look scared. As Tommy Guys. Oh, he's fast. I didn't know he had wheels like that. Hello, Tommy. Tommy's just going to go all the way in. Oh, goodness, Tommy.
Little over the goal there. Flag on the play again.
You know, that one looks like he just shot that one so far up north, it almost hit the state of New Hampshire.
We're going to replay on that, perhaps.
I want to see another look at that.
Here we go. Oh, I love that stinger. Here we go. Tommy Geis, the man of the hour. Oh, just a little too much topspin on it. Isn't that right, Charlie?
Absolutely. It looked like a gazelle escaping a lion in the savannah, running for his dear life.
Absolutely. I couldn't have put that better myself, Charlie.
I mean, I was just thinking of what I was seeing there. You know, he was just trying to outpace the defender, and he did. But that one, I mean, you could argue, even past New Hampshire, that ball looked like it was going all the way up to Ottawa.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on here, but I guess both teams have just decided to kill time here. And that'll send us to the end of the third, but I believe Kenzie is in a familiar place to me. Kenzie, what's going on?
We have went on a little adventure. I'm currently in our very own color commentary, Robbie's fantastic, comfortable hammock. The stars are bright, the lights are bright, and so is the future for this Tennessee Volunteers team, with freshman Patrick Keenan getting in a goal, as well as Brooks Weeman getting in 2. The Vols are up 13-5. We're relaxing, we're chilling, we're having a good time. It's all Vols here, guys, tonight. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kenzie. That looked very comfortable. So now looks like Tennessee and New Hampshire. I'll just tell you right here. Maybe we can get a shot of it. We've got like 2 times the size of New Hampshire to Tennessee. So the same size as New Hampshire is going on. Tennessee's got 2 of them. So again, what I was talking about earlier is just that depth that Tennessee has. It's got to be over 50 gens. And so they're all regrouping right now.
Okay.
As we're just meeting with everybody, just kind of chilling out. Seems like this game may be out of the water. Charlie.
Yeah.
I see you on camera. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that there.
What a treat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, world. There we go.
I'm Robbie.
I'm Charlie, and, we've got a fun game on our hands.
Yeah, and hopefully this is not the end. Hopefully New Hampshire can find their way back into this game and make it a thriller right here at the end.
Figure it out.
We've got 15 minutes left in the game. It'll be a good one.
It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one when New Hampshire figures it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe even Chili's after this one. Who knows?
Oh, my God. Don't even get me started.
So, and again...
if anybody out there is watching in the Knoxville area, we will be going to Chili's after this game. My first time ever.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I've heard it's, like I said, an American staple. What I was told specifically was the double bacon rancher. I don't know what it is, but I'm very excited to try it out.
Absolutely. And, they got a lot of fun stuff like that in America. The snacks are pretty unhealthy, but for the most part.
I'll tell you what is healthy is this lacrosse game right now.
Oh, my God, Robbie, I was thinking this. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Absolutely, Charlie.
So, we've got New Hampshire now. A lot of time to make something happen, and I've seen crazier things on this field. Here they go, circulating that ball around the back of the net. Tennessee, they're going to be on their toes here. They still need to be strong defensively. Jake Cosgrove, he's not a stranger to being strong. Oh, Jake Cosgrove, you tell him who you are. He is dominating. Oh, so now we'll see what that is here. And yeah, Cosgrove sent this one up the pitch. So now Tennessee coming the other way with it. You gotta be careful though. Dangerous passes. Again, still a lot of time. New Hampshire, a talented team, just took down the number 17 in the nation not too long ago. Gavin Burke, he'll retain possession. They get it up top, number 31 with it. Logan Aiello. Now over on the very top side of things, it's Ryan Salazar. Salazar cuts it down low. It's going to go back to Aiello. Aiello still waiting for an opening. Back to Guys, and now they'll get it back to Schroll. Schroll, swim move. Tries to look inside. Nothing in the middle. A bounce shot wasn't there, and that one will go out of play, and it'll be in possession of Tennessee still. We worked on getting our clock fixed and the scoreboard. Well, New Hampshire's doing a lot worse than I thought. It's 13-0 according to our shot clock and scoreboard here. We'll get that fixed for you in a second. But Tennessee's going to score. While we weren't really paying attention, the Vols put one in the back of the net. And that is going to be, once again, Gavin frickin' Burke.
Yeah, we'll get another look at this right now. Yep. Coming in here. Maybe here we go. Okay, right here. Just slingshot. Again to the offside of the defender here. Didn't think it was coming over there. Great work from Tennessee.
And they are just continuing the onslaught of goals. It's been all Vols. Fight for it. Up there in center field. Cat's going to come out of the pack with it. Get some fresh legs out there as well. Denton. He's going to try to do some damage and go to work. Vols defense not allowing him to really get anything done all game. They've been absolutely covering any sense of attack. Again, good defense played. Owen's going to go up top, a wild shot. So the Cats continue to attack here. Nice move inside. There's a shot. And it almost goes in. Dangerous play there. So New Hampshire.
Apologies for the scoreboard difficulties. We're trying to get it back up here, but it seems some gents are standing in front of our camera. They're just getting all that information.
Jake Schroll let that one go out of bounds, and the Cats will control. 11:40 to go here in the fourth. Tennessee, 9-goal lead. Now the Cats getting one to try to put something else on the board. The first quarter, they were really figuring out the flow. We saw a closer game. They had the lead at once. In fact, twice. They started off 2-0 in this game. But since then, Tennessee has waken up. And I think whatever Coach Jake is talking to them over there during break is working. They're really figuring it out here. Sean Toscano searching for the opening. They'll play this one from the back of the net. Quinn Silvio, but it's just going to be picked up by Kyler Gornick. So they'll bring this ball towards center field. Kyler Gornick dumps it off to Andrew Abington.
Number 9, it's no. Andrew's got a lot of fans in the comments I've been seeing.
Almost came up here in the booth here.
I was just going to say hi up here.
I was going to say hello.
He's a quick runner.
Throw on the headset.
Got a pair of legs on him, doesn't he?
Bet you got to be a quick runner down under with all those dangerous animals, right?
You know, it's not as bad as people think they are, you know. You just don't be stupid. That's my philosophy.
No, not a bad one. I should follow that one.
I will admit we are spiders, as far as I can tell. You know, I'm a bit bigger here. They are kind of everywhere down there. But like I said, just don't be stupid. Won't get caught.
Logan Aiello. Couple of Cats right up on him. Aiello will
92 back into it. Andrew Abington.
Like he never left.
Yeah. Ran up here, ran back down there.
Jake Schroll. Far side of the field now. Now that's number 92, Abington again. Abington. Opening wasn't there, didn't like what he saw. So they'll play it again. It's Schroll. He is looking for the wraparound shot. That wasn't there. They try to feed it in the middle. A sneaky little one. That bugger doesn't go through, and that's going to be picked up by the Cats. Now the subs coming for the Cats here. 9 to go. New Hampshire, they are still struggling to find the back of the net. It's been this defense for Tennessee, especially in the center field. They don't even allow the Cats to really cross the field and get even good looks at shots. You have the scorers, guys like Denton, Barry, and Bowden, but it's been so difficult to even set up the offense just because of how good the perimeter defense has been for Tennessee. Even if you get past the perimeter, Robbie, it's that interior defense that stops you.
Absolutely, and that's really been Tennessee's specialty today. That's why they've held New Hampshire to only 5 goals. About midway through the fourth here.
And there's a shot, and that one goes in.
Oh my word! Right under the armpit of the Tennessee goaltender. Yep, we got a replay on this. Let's take a look at this. See, right here just comes right under Tennessee goaltender, moving across, sets himself up, catches on the offside of that Tennessee defender to just sling it right around. Beautiful shot making from New Hampshire. I will give them that. You know, they haven't put too many on the board compared to Tennessee, but the shot making has been on point whenever they do.
And that was the freshman, Micah Crick. And now they're going to look for it again. There's another one. That one's going to sail just left.
Yeah, there seems to be, I don't want to jinx it for New Hampshire, but seems to be a new fire over here on the sideline.
And you know, if you're the Cats, again, that fire should have been there in the third quarter. It's not a lot of time left. Better late than never, I will say. I'm that type of guy to always have some optimism, you know, glass half full mentality, but the Cats are really going to need that mentality here. They have to stop Tennessee from getting looks. They got to stop the bleeding.
Oh my word! What a goal! Just right. I didn't even think that was going to be possible. A bounce goal. Let's take a look at it again. Hopefully get a bit of a rewind here. So, yeah. Number 17 comes across here. He's like, you know what? Bounce it down. And right in there. Holy cow. I mean, I'm no lacrosse player, as I've said before. But how do you even defend something like that?
I don't think you do, and just as I was talking about New Hampshire stopping the bleeding, they continue to open up that wound once again because just a jump shot, a little bit of a skippage on it, almost like you're at the pond skipping stones.
Oh my word, and you know, we were talking about before that Tennessee player right at the beginning of the game was out because it looked like his arm was disconnected from the rest of his body. He's back all of a sudden. He's in an arm cast now, unfortunately. Hopefully he's doing all right.
He's back, though, and he's supporting his team.
Yeah, mate. I don't even know. That must be the fastest hospital service in the world.
If he even went to the hospital.
Yeah, if he could make it back here in time for the rest of the game.
So, the Cats setting up the defense here. Not a lot of time left. 6:40 to be exact. Burke wasn't there. Aiello now. Aiello, lefty. Tries to find the opening. He's going to have to spin a little. Goes back to right, reverses. It's Tommy Guys now. Guys will send that all the way back up top. That's number 96 for Tennessee. He'll try to look for him. They find it in the middle. Shot. They score. A beautiful one. Gavin Burke. And I believe that's 5 goals on the day. Gets injured during the shot. Athletic trainer will have to attend to him.
We'll get a replay on this real quick. Yeah, just comes around all these defenders. Misses the block from the defender right there. Takes the opportunity. Ooh, just got absolutely nutmegged by the Tennessee player. Fortunate day for the number 26, the New Hampshire goaltender.
Snuck that one right past the Frank and the Beans there, Robbie.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a sip from my flask here.
Not at all.
May or may not be filled with Victorian bitter.
Not at all.
If those aware know what that is.
Whatever you need to give us the best
wink, wink.
Analyst work here, Robbie. So they're gonna now try to really bring on the heat here, but it is a 10-goal lead. That cushion extended. A big hit is Denton. He hits the grass hard.
I couldn't tell if that was the flag or the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they're the same color at this point, right?
Yeah, it looks like it from up there. Plus, I will say one thing about lacrosse referees. I've never seen a flag flown higher in the air. You know, I mean, they really launched that thing up there.
I mean, that thing's hitting the sky. Well,
I think football might be, like American football, might be the only one who could give them a run for their money, but Man, the lacrosse guys, they just, it's like tossing your cap at graduation. It's
that's a good way to put it, Robbie. I didn't think of that.
Right up there.
Yeah. I mean, that one's hitting the stars. Want to thank our refs, Sean, Eric, and Greg Height, making the calls down there. There's the Vols. Circulate that ball around. They'll play it from the backside. Still looking for the opening. He could not find it. Brooks Lehman, he's had himself quite the game. Freshman attack. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. That city's quite the place. I was there for the Peach Bowl, where the Indiana Hoosiers took down the Oregon Ducks by murder. It was like duck hunting season. Speaking of duck hunting season, it's kind of what this Tennessee Lacrosse team is doing with New Hampshire, except it's cat hunting season.
What is a Hoosier?
I cannot tell you. But they are the champions. Yeah, I have no idea, Robbie.
Some weird mascots here in America.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not something like the Salties, like you would hear down under.
Yeah, the All Blacks. It's my personal favorite team.
The Widows, the Devils, Tasmanian Devils.
Yeah.
We'll get a timeout call.
Timeout. Couldn't have yelled it loud enough.
Yeah.
4:31, 16-6. Cannot imagine, and I apologize to all New Hampshire fans who are watching the stream, cannot imagine what they would be talking about. Again, first lacrosse game ever. It's going to be quite hard to get back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, the timeout, if anything, it should have came about 2 quarters ago.
Yeah.
Maybe after Tennessee got that 3-goal lead to talk things over, but hey, we can't take it away from them. So,
no, absolutely
we'll call
not.
it. Well, again, it's been a dominating performance by Tennessee. They are continuing the onslaught of shots on goal. Gavin Burke, 5 goals on the game, and he is just being set up by his guys. Tommy Guys, Jake Schroll, Abington, they're really circulating that ball just around the top side of the field, and they're looking to attack from the middle, and it seems to be working, Robbie.
And I think what has really been special is the second chance opportunities. The goaltender for New Hampshire, it tends to get a look on it on the first try, but then can't quite get a hold of it, so it bounces off the net, bounces off the shaft, and of course Tennessee gets hold of it and is getting those goals. I think maybe half of their goals have been from second chance opportunities, so maybe, if they want a good look at the rest of this game, they're going to need to lock in on those second chance opportunities, those rebounds, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what would you do if you're New Hampshire in this situation? You're down, 10 goals. You just called a timeout. Is there
maybe fire up the bus, sorry. Just we're pretty blunt down under. So, it's, fire up the bus. Maybe meet us at Chili's. Go ahead and get us a table.
You'd think they'd maybe start to plan out, what they're getting for dinner or something. Not a bad idea there, Robbie
Fire up
Bondi.
the grill, go ahead, check into the hotel.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of snacks.
Yeah, a couple snacky poos, as I like to put it.
Maybe some Vegemite. Who knows?
Yeah.
Ooh. Off the post.
I thought that was a goal right there.
Well, it's New Hampshire. They don't get those.
Oh, mate. Oh, my word.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
I apologize.
Apologies to all our friends out there.
A little cold, but we're heating up here in the booth. Yeah. They're not going to like that one. I might get some emails about that.
Yeah.
Tennessee just trying to
kill time off the clock at this point.
Again, Robbie, we could just see so much talent on this Tennessee lacrosse team. And again, New Hampshire very talented as well, but it just looks like they were not ready to come to play tonight.
No. I've pointed it out all night. I think that depth has just kind of given Tennessee the upper hand in this game. they're staying fresh. I know we've seen some of the same players, Gavin, Tommy, Andrew, as we've talked about.
And that's your guy, Robbie.
And it seems like the depth has gotten to him again.
And that was Abington.
Abington, let's go 92 for the goal here.
Look at that. Oof.
Another bounce goal. How do they do that?
I don't know, but I think it's when the ball bounces off the ground and goes into the goal.
Well, no. Sorry, I need to stop myself from getting too excited here. But,
hello.
Yeah, I mean, that's
beautiful.
What do you do in that situation?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like 26, unfortunately, it's just getting the short end of the shaft here tonight.
Ooh.
As Tennessee's brought their A game, it seems.
I'll tell you who else gets the short end of the shaft. It's my girlfriend, Robbie.
Oh, mate. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Let's get back to lacrosse, shall we?
Anyways, they're playing a game out here. 16-6, just under 3 to go.
Getting pretty close to TCSN after dark right now.
I mean, it is after dark at this point. I think we're approaching the witching hour, 9 p.m. And just can't wait for Chili's after this one.
Oh, mate, I cannot wait for Chili's.
Yeah, so, again, they're just going to look to circulate this around. I've said circulate so many times, I need to
but that is the perfect word, to be honest.
It's what they're doing.
It's what's going on.
It is.
So, yeah, Tennessee now just kind of playing some defense. Bit of a line change here, if you will.
That one's going to go out of play.
2 minutes and 15 seconds left. I know a scoreboard is not reflecting that right now, but 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the fourth. 17-6.
Right now, the Cats in need of some sort of miracle. Don't think they're going to be able to get it done tonight, but they've got some talent. They'll be good the rest of the season, I'm sure, as they have to carry on. Got quite the schedule coming up. After Tennessee, they're going to take on Miami, Ohio. Then it's UNC on March 12th. NC State right after that, followed by SMU. Then they'll travel on to Temple. Then they'll be back at home against Northeastern. Then they'll make their way up to Connecticut. That might be quite the fun train ride and take on the Huskies. And then ending their 2026 World Tour in Boston as they take on Boston College. So it should be fun. And one more. It's Syracuse down there. I didn't see that. So
it's a home game too.
They'll be taking on the other orange over there. That's Syracuse. So again, fun schedule. We're just looking up. So 1 minute and 14 to go. They're just going to look to pass this around and train time. Oh, I didn't know we're on camera. Are we? No, we're not. Jake Schroll with it. Down in the middle.
1 minute left in the fourth. Yeah, we've got to back up there. 17-6.
And they're just going to keep swinging around. Oh, New Hampshire.
Take an absolute miracle here.
The Cats, maybe some signs of life. Under a minute to go. They grab it for a second. Scoop it up. Just so well done. Oh, hello. Just stepping over his stick and still talking smack.
No flag on the play. Even though I thought that surely that can't be legal.
I mean, the Volunteers, they're playing like they're down 11 goals, but they're actually
very
up 11.
Aggressive team.
Very.
Once again, that endurance is just really something to admire from the Tennessee end. 30 seconds left in the fourth period.
Not a lot of time. Looks like Tennessee is going to walk away here with a pretty strong home win. They'll be taking on Miami, Ohio this Sunday at noon. That's the start time. And now it looks like they'll just drain this clock out. They'll just hold on to it. And that's probably going to do it for this one. A good, strong win for Tennessee. And it will wind down. And that will do it here.
And that is the game. Brilliant playmaking from Tennessee and New Hampshire alike. Just Tennessee really got the edge there today.
No, they really did. We thought it was going to be a very close one, especially early in that game, just because of how the Cats were playing. We saw a lot of ball movement. We saw them finding the back of the goal a couple of times. Now, at one point, they had that 2-0 lead, and then Tennessee tied it back up. New Hampshire, again, they went up 3-2. Tennessee made it 3-3, and then from then on, it was all Vols.
Yeah, you know, we got maybe a look after, I think it was 8-4. You know, New Hampshire finally had bounced back and got a goal. Maybe, you know, we were heading into halftime. New Hampshire could have locked in maybe, but it just never quite got there. They had that nice explosive start and just kind of faded off from there.
You know, and they couldn't really figure it out, and that's the tough thing, especially in these situations. You know, you think you have the lead, and as soon as you slow down just a tad bit, the other team can just take that momentum and run with it, and that's what we saw the Vols do in this one. Robbie, Bondi, I mean, pleasure calling the game with you, I will say.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was very fun. We saw a lot of action. The physicality for the Vols team, let's talk about that.
For sure. You know, there were a couple of calls there, like I was saying. I was like, that can't be legal. The way they were playing at them. And even up to the final seconds there, Tennessee was making sure that New Hampshire was feeling the pressure that they had to make this a dominant game. Another blowout from Tennessee here in Knoxville. I don't think they've had a really close game in Knoxville today.
No, they have not, actually. No. So far at home, they've been killing it. I will say they struggled a little in Columbia last weekend. You know, there was a bit of rain. The field was a bit soggy. They struggled to try to find, you know, their footing at times, but, you know, at the end of the day.
And it's always tough on the road.
It is. Yeah.
So trying to figure that out, you know, you're traveling somewhere far and you're trying to still stay locked in. Things are going to happen. I believe they lost that game.
They did 9-8, so nail-biter.
Close one.
Yeah.
What can we call that game?
You know, I wish. It would be fun.
I was hoping we were going to get it here tonight.
It would be fun. I mean, again, it's just those close games are very fun to call, very easy to call, too. You can just feel the energy as well. And, you know, again, the Cox, such a talented lacrosse team. They've got a good club hockey team. I mean, across the board.
A lot of depth there, too.
A lot of depth. They can really get in there, and they can disrupt the offense.
No, you know, the team just goes really far back. They really get in there.
Really get in there.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see them again, maybe, later in the playoffs in Tennessee. Can finally take down the Cox once and for all.
It would be fun, you know.
Yeah, and hopefully, I think Kenzie is trying to work out an interview with somebody right now.
She's going down there.
Tommy Geis here.
Yeah, she's
fairly soon.
No, she thinks she's gonna look to get Gavin Burke.
Nope, we're gonna get somebody later.
And we'll keep going back and forth here.
Yeah, so don't leave.
Tell me a little bit, you know, what's it like living on Australia? What city are you from?
So I'm from Rosewood.
Okay, nice,
which is about an hour outside of Brisbane. So I'm on that right side of Australia. But
okay, nice.
Of course, came here for just some school here. It's really nice. I've heard SEC schools are very nice. You know, I one of my favorite players of American football, Michael Dixon, grew up right near me. So went to Texas. Went for a different orange.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed my time here at Tennessee. But I think Kenzie is ready for us down on the sideline, or maybe not.
So not ready.
Still trying to okay, so we're still trying to get somebody.
So tell me about the flora and fauna down there.
Flora and fauna. You know, it's very dry in Australia. So not a whole lot of, you know, fauna really outside of the suburbs area. But we've got a lot of farms. You know, a lot of people actually come down to Australia and they will, you know, a lot of foreigners will come down and they will, you know, let me see if I can get. I'll stay in there.
We had a young fan out there playing.
Yeah, just you know, get some practice in.
Yeah.
Saw
future ball.
How Tennessee was playing tonight, and he said, you know, that's going to be me someday.
There he is. Look at him. Look at him go.
Getting warmed up.
He's comfortable. He's got see him right here. He's got the beanie on. He's gonna go over to
got those nice slides on.
Over to his parents. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so the fauna is very nice. I actually don't know the difference between the two. So I know one's plants and one's animals. So our animals are quite big, are very dangerous. Like I said earlier, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much the main philosophy you have to have. You know, if you don't bother them, they won't bother you.
Sure.
And then, yeah, of course, you know, we have those nice farms. We do produce a lot of crops, but once you get outside of the suburbs area, it's pretty dry, lots of deserts. And okay, maybe now we're ready for Kenzie. Maybe. I think so.
Well,
seems like Kenzie's ready.
No, we'll send a player over there in a second.
Oh, nope.
We'll keep.
We'll keep talking.
About. So the salties are what really confuses me down there. I mean, you're 1 minute you're in the water playing and having fun. Next minute you're in a reptile's belly, huh?
No, yeah. I mean, you got to watch out. Lots of different animals down there, and you know we love to surf. I know you're from California,
yes.
So we've got some similar kind of vibes.
Okay,
going on down there.
I hear they got good acai bowls down there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, maybe now we have a sideline report coming in from Kenzie. She's chatting it up. Number 51 there.
Gavin Burke.
Yes.
Yeah.
The star MVP, if you will, of tonight. And here we go, Miss Kenzie.
Hey guys, we're down here with the star of the game, as you said, Gavin Burke. An absolutely incredible match. Huge win for you guys tonight. What was your mentality going into this game, and why did you get hot so fast?
Yeah, you know, it was a big game out of conference. We wanted to come in and really show how much hard work we've put in as a team. We came out firing. We're flying on ground balls. We're just giving it our all. It was a great team effort.
Absolutely. And kind of heading into your next game and the rest of the season, how are you guys? I saw you guys all cheering each other on, encouragement. How's that family atmosphere helped you guys so much build the momentum as your team?
Yeah, no, the team really is a family. It's awesome. We come in with a game plan. All the boys are fired up. The bench is huge. Everybody brings the juice. It's awesome. We need to keep it rolling into Sunday.
Absolutely. All about that juice. Guys.
Absolutely. Thank you,
sounds
Kenzie.
great right now.
Yeah,
honestly.
And nice to hear from our MVP of the night. Absolutely. Definitive, if you will.
Unchallenged, of course. I mean, 5 goals on the game. Of course, you got to give him the MVP of the game. Such a talented guy, able to put that ball in the back of the net, kind of whenever he freaking feels like it. But
seemed like it for the night.
Robbie, what a game. Everybody, thank you for watching. I want to thank the crew and the production, everybody that made this happen. Our technical director, Owen. We had Dominic, Spezia producing the whole thing. Kenzie, Ortman, thank you for everything on the sideline. Everybody else who made this stuff happen. Robbie, Bondi, it's been a pleasure. My name's Charlie Sarafian.
Let Charlie know down in the comments that you want me back here.
Oh, we do want him back here all the time. I mean, I don't think you're going anywhere, right?
No, I don't think so.
Unless they, you know, with all the stuff going on. I mean, I can't talk about that, but...
No. Secrets, big plans in the works, so make sure to subscribe to the Tennessee Club Sports Network so you see it happen.
Have a good night. Get home safe. You're already home safe. Have a good night.